This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
You are looking live at Rutledge Stadium in Converse, Texas, named after D.W. Rutledge. Frank Arnold before him, Jim Rackley after him, all Hall of Famers. If this place could talk, and maybe it will after tonight as we kick off our 17th season, it's Johnson and Judson on Thursday Night Lights. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Press Box. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik. For now, I guess, year 12 of the 17 years.
Who's keeping track?
It flies by, and all of a sudden you look up, football season's here again. Two great teams to kick it off.
Man, you're not kidding, Don. And this has been a heck of a series, a non-conference schedule for both of these teams. This will actually be the fourth meeting between Johnson and Judson. The two head coaches came up through the ranks of the San Marcos High School area to get to this point. Two great coaches, and this will be the fourth meeting between these two teams with these two coaches. Right now, Johnson's got the bragging rights, 2 against 1, but Don, every one of these games has been an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, Mark Soto coached at San Marcos, and T.P. Miller played at San Marcos. Soto grew up right here at Judson playing for those legendary late 80s Judson teams. And talk about, this place has always had NFL players. Rashad Wisdom just made the Tampa Bay Bucks, and they've got some recruits on both sides of the ball that are our key players tonight. And we're talking about 4 stars that these colleges are looking at.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys are going to be underclassmen that we're looking at tonight, like this man right there, Mikhail McCreary. I mean, this guy has got offers from Texas A&M, OU, Baylor. The list goes on and on, coming off a spectacular sophomore season where he had 4 interceptions. But this guy is absolutely the real deal. Both of these teams tremendously deep on the back end of their defense. I'm really looking forward to watching to see how McCreary starts off his junior year. This guy is one heck of an electric football player.
And one of the more intriguing prospects in town is this guy, J. Storm Knight. He was 14 years old last month when he was offered by Texas and Texas A&M. If he's 333, I'm 333. He's about 6'7", maybe 360, and he just turned 15.
It's really unbelievable, Don, when you get right down to it. I mean, we were told he was 6'8", 350, but I'm pretty sure he's not shrinking. But yeah, I mean, he's had over 20 D1 offers already. One of the strengths of the Judson football team is up front. They don't only have J-Storm, they've got a bunch of dudes that can really play. It's a big, huge offensive line, but nobody bigger than the sophomore offensive line.
We can't wait to watch him play. Can't wait to kick it off. When we come back, it's our Gomez Law Firm Keys to the Game. What a way to kick off a new year of high school football. Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights is straight ahead.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
It is time for our Gomez Law Firm Keys to the Game. It's Johnson and Judson here tonight. Chuck, first of all, let's start with Coach T.P. Miller and those Johnson Jaguars. What are their keys?
This is a really talented football team, Don, and they've got designs on going a long way this year. But in the first ball game of the year, the first thing they want to do is control the line of scrimmage on offense. And then on defense, they know Judson's got some dudes too, so they want to limit the big playability of these Rockets. And then, hey, it's the first game, so he feels like T.P. Miller does. The team that minimizes the mistakes the best is probably going to be the one that ends up winning this ball game.
We were out talking to Coach Miller this week.
I told him this: everybody's undefeated right now, and we have to take one game at a time. We got to take care of the Johnson Jaguars, and we cannot sleep on any opponent. Every week is a do or die week, and we have to learn and take one step at a time. You know, our motto this year is to rise up, and so rising up as a student athlete on the field and off the field, characteristics, but also on the field. Same thing for the coaching staff, same thing with our athletic trainers. It's going to take a whole community to get behind this movement in order to reach the short-term goal, which is a district championship, and reach our long-term goal, which is state championship. And we have everything here to do so. So we just got to take one game at a time.
Judson Rockets know a thing or two about state championships, but it's been a while. Last year they were 4-6, missed the playoffs. That usually doesn't happen around here. Chuck, what are the keys for Coach Mark Soto?
Well, they lost a lot of close ball games last year, Don. So, they're looking at this thing tonight is they got to get off to a good start. And by doing so, they've got to take care of the football on offense. That also means they got to run the ball, be able to work the clock a little bit, and then they want to be able to stay over the top defensively, which means keep these unbelievably athletic Johnson receivers in front of them.
Here's Coach Mark Soto.
I'll tell you right now, our kids are confident in what they can do, and our coaches are confident as well. So we're looking to move forward and make sure that we understand that we take off around here. We don't just stay on the landing pad. We take off. All 3 games that we've played in the last 3 years have come down to the last minutes of the game. So we're looking forward to playing Johnson and having that great matchup that we've had the last 3 years going on 4.
All right, we're getting closer to kickoff. When we come back, we'll have our national anthem. It is a warm but beautiful night for football for a brand new season of Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Our national anthem straight ahead.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Nitsa, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Back at Rutledge Stadium, we're closing in on kickoff. Week 1 of Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. It's the Johnson Jaguars visiting the Judson Rockets. Johnson number 6 in our TNL top 10. They come in with high hopes, Chuck. I don't know if you were as surprised as I was to hear Coach T.P. Miller this week talk about a state championship with a straight face. He thinks he's got the guys to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal this year. Obviously, he said, and you heard him on the beginning of the show, talk about they've got some short-term goals, which is they want to win that tough Northeast League and then go beyond that. They're tired of this, one playoff win and then getting bounced, one playoff win and getting bounced. I mean, the sheer size of this Johnson football team, they really passed the eye test. And then, on the other side of the ball, I think there's a lot of people that are sleeping on Mark Soto's Rockets, right? Yeah, they're young in some places, and they've got some guys that are up and coming up. But, look, don't go to sleep on these guys is all I'm trying to say. I mean, these guys are going to fight you. They've got some talent, and I think we're in for another whale of a ball game here on TNL.
You see the color guard here at Rutledge Stadium. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Lofty Hope.
Tonight's game, and before our national anthem, we ask that you join us in the moment of silence. Tonight, we honor two members of our Judson Minnesota District family who recently passed away. This is Henry Green, a dedicated school board member with a tireless advocate of our students. She showed her heart to support our Judson Independent School District, showing love, laughter, and leadership that touched countless lives. Also, Coach Lee Chester, a long-time Judson High School track coach, who devoted himself to helping student athletes reach their potential while on and off the track. His passion, mentorship, and sacrifice have made a lasting impact on our community, and he also assisted us here in his career. Both will be missed. This week, and Coach Chester gave countless hours to improve the lives of our student athletes and represented the very best of the Judson School District. At this time, please join us in a moment of silence as we remember and honor both of our legacies. Thank you. Please remain standing and remove your hats as the Judson High School Choir pay tribute to our great nation, our men and women who perform around the world and all our veterans with the singing of our national anthem under the direction of Elizabeth James.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Beluga Air.
Welcome back. It is time for our Beluga Air Game Time Weather. It is 98 degrees, wind out of the south at 9 miles an hour, and it is fair. Yes, it is, I think, a little hot, but fair would be a fair way to describe this weather because we're getting ready to play football and kick off Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. A little bit of a wind gust there. Johnson in their all whites for the road game. Judson in their traditional red jerseys and gray pants. Mark Soto with a young squad here looking to bounce back after a 4-6 season a year ago.
He's starting a sophomore quarterback tonight, Don. I think it's going to be fascinating because I asked him before the game, is this one of those deals where you're just hoping to grow a guy up? And he goes, no, we're not that good. We're trying to win and win now. He absolutely thinks that his sophomore quarterback won this position over the junior and the senior because he gives them their best chance to win. And they're not giving anything away this year as they grow up some of these guys on the Judson Rockets. They're going to be a tough out. I don't care who they're playing, Johnson or anybody. So this is going to be a heck of a first ball game here to kick off our 17th season.
Tonight's first half kickoff sponsored by the Good Feet Store, and the foot is into it. Bo Amador kicking it deep. Judson shows reverse, and they fake it, and they're in trouble at the 5, and they're going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line. A.K. Davis bringing it out and not going far. Good special teams work by the Johnson Jaguars, including Mukhtar Ba, who was in there with a couple of his teammates. And so the Judson Rockets will get us going first here. Their quarterback is JoJo DeMondo, the sophomore. He's a speedster, standout in the 200 in track and field. A.K. Davis is one of their returning backs that they bring back from a year ago. First down, they leave it on the ground, and it's recovered by Johnson at the 1. Johnson's in business. Jadon Bell, the 6'4", 235-pound defensive end, falls on it as Judson mishandled the transaction between the jet sweeper and the quarterback.
Wow, what a huge play early in this football game. You just try to get the first play off, settle into the ball game, and you got fireworks here on the very first play. Ball is loose, and after the great special teams coverage by Johnson on the kickoff, here they are in business with a chance to get an early score.
All right, so Elvis Estrada comes out onto the field. They've also got a back there with him. It's a keeper, and touchdown Johnson right off the bat. Rayshawn Hurt on kind of, I would assume, a wildcat formation. They list him as a running back.
T.P. Miller showing us a little something here on their first carry of the new season. Boy, he couldn't have drawn it up any easier if you're going to be T.P. Miller and the Johnson Jaguars, right? Great special teams coverage on the opening kick. You get a turnover and you score on your first play.
One play on special teams, one play on defense, one play on offense, and you're up 7-0. Wow, Johnson out to a quick start. It's 11:45 to go here in the first quarter. Chuck, you never know what to expect in week 1, but I can honestly say I wasn't expecting that.
Amen to that. I mean, we do know that Johnson's very veteran along that D line. Jaden Bell was a first-team all-district performer a year ago, but I think even he would tell you that was a gift to start the season, right?
Yeah, Mark Soto coaching his team up. May have had just a little nerves there on the exchange between Tyson Youngblood and JoJo DeMondo, their sophomore, on the transaction there between the quarterback. I'm not sure that the jet sweeper there expected it.
Well, regardless, it's got the Rockets in an early hole here to start our new season.
Good long deep kick, and they'll bring it out again. They fake the reverse again. This time much better for Judson as they're across the 20 down to the 22-yard line, A.K. Davis. And we'll take a look at the Judson starting lineup. As we said, JoJo DeMondo is their starting quarterback. And he's joined in the backfield with Aiden Mann, the receiver, Caden Graham, the running back. Graham's an all-district performer returning from last year. He's a junior. It's a rush max first down for the Rockets, and they pick up a couple. Appreciate all our new sponsors this year. May take me a quarter to get used to. Rush max first down this year. As we take a look at Johnson's defense, Michael McCreary, a four-star cornerback that we talked about in the open. Second down and 8 for the Rockets. Go ahead inside and going nowhere is Johnson's defense, incredibly aggressive right off the bat. Tyler Willis coming up from the linebacker spot to make the tackle.
Yeah, and they've got a veteran linebacking core. Willis, the lone new guy to the unit, and making his presence felt very early on in this football game. Quite a play.
So Judson backed up. It's 3rd and 11. JoJo wants to fire, does, completes it, but it's not going anywhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And that Johnson defense looking impressive as Elijah Guajardo comes up to make the tackle.
Indeed, they had everybody in their right place, everybody reading their keys, and two guys there to make the stop. Heavy pressure coming in on Judson that time. They had to get rid of it, and there were guys there to clean it up on the back end.
Dominic Davis will punt it away for Judson. And back deep to receive this punt is Guajardo, who was in on that last tackle. It's a high short kick. Gonna check up and may go backwards, and it does, back to the Judson 32-yard line. So Johnson in business again, as they will have the ball after just one play from scrimmage. They're up 7-0. We'll get to see him again next.
Welcome back to DW Rutledge Stadium for Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. We have our new title sponsor here, Nash Charania, with the Director of Operations for Little Caesars, and Mr. Caesar himself. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, Caesar. We appreciate you. And we brought some treats. We'll get to that in a second. But Nash, wanted to ask you first, why is LC so excited to sponsor TNL this season?
Well, Little Caesars has always been about family, fun, and pizza, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate that than being out here with the fans, the players, and the communities that support us each and every day. We're beyond excited to be out here, and trust me, I'm really excited for football season to finally start. Yeah,
football season kicking off officially tonight for us, at least. That's what we like to say. So how can fans get their favorites from Little Caesars this season?
Sure, yeah, we have a lot of different options for fans to get their game day favorites. You can order on our app or website to get your pizzas delivered or pick them up. Swing by one of our drive-thrus, or you can walk into any one of our restaurants to get a hot and ready at really any time. We also have a lot of specials online under the Today's Deals tab, so I'd be sure to check those out as well.
Hot and readies were so clutch in college, let me tell you. Favorites on the menu for you?
Well, the guest favorite has always been the fresh baked crazy bread, but my personal favorite is a stuffed crust pizza with virtually any topping on there. You can't go wrong, so if you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend it. And for those of you that really want to kick up the flavor, I would try our secret menu item called Crazy Crust. It pairs perfectly on top of any pizza.
It's very important you're here because we have a special announcement from Little Caesars right now, a new pizza that you guys are rolling out. Tell me a little bit about it and let's see it.
Yeah, we're really excited to tell you guys about this special. It's a little bit of a secret. We haven't told anyone about it, so I'm excited to share it with you.
Shh, don't tell anybody. Shh.
Don't tell.
Just kidding, tell everyone.
We have 2 new products launching on our menu next week, our cheesesteak puffs and our cheesesteak pizza, and we brought a little bit for you to show.
See it.
So we can go ahead and take a look at that. Starting next week, we hope to see you all there to grab yours.
Let's dig in then. Let's try it out. Let's see how it goes here. There we go. Cheers to Little Caesars. I'm a big mushroom guy, so this is great.
All right. It tastes really amazing.
honestly, it's fantastic. I'll try and get some up to the booth. I don't know if it'll make it, but I'll do my best, Don and Chuck. Back to you.
Thanks, Matt. Here's the handoff. Pickup of about 4, close to the first down, but short of a couple of yards. Chuck, it's week 1. It's always a little tough for me on week 1. But Judson's had 4 different, Johnson's had 4 different guys take snaps under center. I'm like, who's their quarterback? It's Elvis Estrada, number 4, and now he's gone split out wide. And we're back to Rashawn Hurt, who scored the touchdown in the Wildcat. Bryson Thompson,
a lot of different looks, right?
The speedster, is also back there. Hurt bounces that play. He's got his 2nd touchdown of the night, and Johnson is up 13-0. Just like that, Rashawn Hurt's got 2 scores.
Yeah, a lot of window dressing early from the Johnson Jags, showing a little of this, a little of that, but basically it's just good old-fashioned bully ball. Just run the ball until they can stop you, and Johnson having their way early in this football game, now up 2 scores here in the first quarter.
Maybe now we know why T.P. Miller was so bullish on his team having a deep playoff run. Right off the bat, you notice their athleticism and their speed. They've got 4 or 5 guys that can really fly. The extra point is up and good. Johnson's up 14-0. Welcome back. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA.
On a really good start, to your point about these Johnson Jaguars and what they've been able to do in this football game. Obviously creating the early turnover was a bonus, but they're showing you what they do. They're multiple on offense. They're going to move guys around. They feel like they've got 3 running backs that they can not only put in the backfield, but also line up outside. But heck, we even see they're doing that with their quarterback tonight. So Judson, a lot to look at here early in the early going. And to this point, got to figure out a way to stop it.
3rd kickoff of the night. This one in the end zone, and Judson's going to bring it out again. Across the 20 and tripped up. A dangerous decision by Demario Alexis, but it's not too bad, right at the 19-yard line, and we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
It's a Rush Max first down for the Judson Rockets as Braden Smith, the backup, is ready to take a snap here. 5'9", 175. Played a little bit last year as a junior. Takes the snap, decides to go himself, and he's not going far, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but you see that size of that Judson offensive line, and Chad Wagner at 304 and J. Storm Knight at 340 or so. Just monstrous. Oh, by the way, Kai St. John is also 6'6", 308, so 3 of them.
Yeah, goes without saying, Mark Soto said this is as big of an offensive line as we've had since he's been here. Back at Judson, I should say.
Stack formation to the left. They run it off tackle, bring it inside. Good pursuit by Johnson again, and only back to the 20-yard line as this Johnson defense, led by guys like Eli Hudson-Odoi, just really good at pursuing the football.
Yeah, Cade Pantuso too. Obviously, long line of really good athletes in the Pantuso clan. There to make a play too. Veteran, number 20, back for another year, sticking his nose in there. And yeah, Don, they just look a step faster right now on defense.
Moving to the ball well. 3rd down and 9 for the Rockets. First series here for Braden Smith. Passing down for him. He's going to keep it himself and picks up a couple, but it's going to be well short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 5. Judson will likely
run out the punt team, and they do. As we take a look at one of our Ideal Precision Roofing and Exteriors player profiles, there's Kate Pantuso. Plays football, plays baseball, plays school. National Honor Society student. And student council.
Well-rounded young man, just like all the older relatives in his family too, man. Going Pantuso stories, it seems like, since I've been in town here all these decades.
End over end punt. Will go out of bounds in Johnson territory. So Johnson will have the ball at their own 46-yard line. As T.P. Miller will line his guys up. So far, really crisp offensively with all their weapons. We haven't even talked, Chuck, much about Bryson Thompson, number 12. He had one run during our Little Caesars segment that we didn't get to talk about it, but as we take another look at the quarterback tonight, Elvis Estrada, he too is a football and baseball player and also all academic, but Bryson Thompson, number 12, is a junior. He's also got 8 offers, including Baylor, Oklahoma State, Tech, UTSA, TCU. He's a track All-American. So they run a little sweep to the outside. Judson with good pursuit. Limits the yardage to about 3. But he can absolutely fly. 4'4", 40 guy, and an AAU All-American in track.
Yeah, getting back to Elvis too, the quarterback. I mean, he and Pantuso, you see, these guys have played in some really big ball games, state-level baseball games. So, you talk about the youth in some of these spots, and Elvis is just a junior. I mean, when you hear the football coach, T.P. Miller, talk about, we think we are capable and we've got the coaching staff and the players to make a long run and to try to win a state championship, some of that is the belief in having watched these kids play in big ball games, maybe not football, but, some of this does translate as Elvis takes a heck of a shot right there.
Nice pickup by Estrada. Gets to about the 48-yard line of Judson. Big hit there. We've got a rocket down. Gonna try to limp off. That's Elias Simpson, the senior. We take a look at that Johnson starting offensive line. They are anchored by Joshua McNeil, the all-district center. He's the only senior. 2 juniors on the right-hand side and 2 sophomores on the left-hand side of that line. And they're not small either. Everybody over 265, including a 300-pounder in Taryn Abrego. Johnson will be faced with a 3rd and 3. The way they're clicking here, wouldn't be surprised if this is 2-down territory for them.
Yeah, just grateful that Simpson was able to walk off. I mean, these back-end defenders for Judson, man, they're not afraid to stick their nose in there, and this is a rough and tumble football game here in week 1, as you would expect.
All right, it's 3rd and 3 for Estrada. Man in motion is the speedster. They throw it out to Thompson, and good tackle coming up from the corner position for a loss on the play. That'll set up 4th down, and now will it still be 2-down territory as Aiden Ramirez came up and made a really good play.
He sure did. Like we said, I mean, this back end of this Judson defense not afraid to get nose and get physical in there, and he did a really good job fighting through blockers and then making sure he got a TFL on that one.
So it's 4th down and 6 for the Johnson Jaguars, and they will go for it at midfield. Unless we're surprised by a quick kick. Estrada gonna throw. That ball's picked off right over the middle. Marcel White playing his zone and coming up with a huge play.
Interesting stories about the numbers 1 and 0 on this Judson football team. Decided to go in with the low-end numbers for their highly influential ball players, and Marcel White is one of them. All-district performer and really doing a good job of just kind of sitting back in the zone and taking away the middle ball.
All right, so life for Judson trailing here 14-0 with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Got a quad bunch set to the right-hand side. Johnson didn't like it, only had 2 defenders over there, so TP Miller will burn a timeout here.
I just see guys running to the sideline, and all I see is J-Storm Knight, like the human eclipse, walking to the sideline. I mean, that is a big man.
How many NFL players are 345? I don't know that he's not bigger than most guys in the league. 6'7", 345. One guy who is bigger, Matt Roy. He's down on the sidelines. Let's go down to Matt.
I knew exactly where you were going with that. As soon as you started saying NFL players' weights, I was like, he's going to say something about me eating pizza or me being so tall I can see the bald spot on Don's head, whatever it is. Anyway, we have our presenting sponsor, Gamez Law, here. Jose Rios, one of the attorneys over at Gamez. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. It's another season of TNL, so I mean, it can't get any better than this. You guys are the presenting sponsor once again this year. Why is it so important for you and the Gamez Law Firm to give back to this community?
Oh, it's always been at the heart of what we do. People trust us with their cases, so we don't take that lightly. Any chance we have an opportunity to give back to our community, it's very important for us to do that.
Mr. Gamez is from San Antonio. You guys are born and bred San Antonio. So many of your attorneys are from San Antonio as well. Why is it so important to stay local, stay with the Gamez Law Firm as you guys continue to give back to them?
Well, I mean, we know the city, and we love our city. We love our community. We're from here, born and raised. Gamez Law Firm's been around for over 50 years. You can trust us. We know what we're doing here, We've been around for a while.
Exactly. That's what I was going to ask. What do people get when they get Gamez?
Well, they're going to get experience. They're going to get 50 years of experience. They're going to have somebody who really cares about their case and them and the city, community, and you're going to have a firm that's going to fight really hard for your case.
And as you guys like to say, one of the best slogans that we have in San Antonio, Gamez Law Fights.
Gamez Law Fights. You got to do one of those fists right there, just like that. Gamez Law Fights.
Law Fights, baby. All right, back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Matt. Matt, for the record, I didn't say anything about you eating pizza. I just said you're a tall guy.
You weren't lying.
3rd and 13 for the Judson Rockets after getting that big turnover. They have a long way to go here for a first down.
They are really junking it up on that defensive line with running a bunch of twists on. It's really worked to their advantage. They are giving this Judson offensive line a lot of different looks early in this football game.
And it may have confused the Rockets a little bit. Coach Soto calling a timeout. And A.K. Davis pretty adamant about the things that are happening here in week 1. But you know what?
Jimmy Cola for the win.
Jimmy Cola.
Jimmy Cola for the win. Oh, good. And I'm going to put the camera on here in the booth. Oh, look, pepperoni with extra cheese.
Hey, our band cam this year sponsored by Gautier Formal Dresses. Good to see the Johnson Jaguars out there. Band. 6A schools, the bands are so impressive. Nick Medina, our great statistician, says there's only 2 offensive linemen in the NFL that are bigger than J-Storm Knight. And he, again, was 14 on June 14th. Just turned 15 years old. Unbelievable. Straight drop. Pressure coming. They got the face mask. Don't see a flag yet. Good scramble. But not going to be enough for the first down. As JoJo DeMondo, who's back in there, quarterback, came up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down for the Rockets, and it'll be 4th down at about 9.
Well, that was one heck of an athletic play by JoJo. I mean, he was absolutely running for his life, and we've talked about not only how big this Johnson defensive line is, but these dudes are super athletic too. But JoJo took on about 3 or 4 of those guys and was really, really good on that play, albeit short of the first down.
All right, so the Rockets will kick it away. Kel McCreary, the 4-star blue chipper, hauls it in at about the 27-yard line. They'll spot it at the 26. And we'll see that Johnson offense. We don't know who we're going to see. Elvis Estrada. Rayshawn Hurt has a couple of touchdowns. Bryson Thompson's carried the football at the quarterback position. And don't forget to vote for your favorite band this year. This is always one of our favorite bits all season, and it's always brought to you by Christus Children's. Just scan the QR code to vote for your favorite band. So what we're going to do is you're going to see all these bands all year long, and the one that gets the most votes gets the $5,000 band grant, all thanks to Christus Children's. It's a Rush Max first down and whistles pre-snap. And it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Jaguars. Our officials tonight, referee Xavier Garza. Xavier's been in the weight room. Thing now, if you're a referee, you gotta have jacked up arms.
Which would obviously remove the both of us.
That's right.
From being referees.
Yeah. Don't do enough bicep curls to be a referee.
That would be accurate. Yeah, TP Miller, this team really looks like they're showing a lot of exotic stuff here early in the early going. A lot of it a little window dressing, but the young Judson guys trying to figure out exactly what they need to do to get a stop. 4
wide to the outside. Look out, Brandon Thompson can fly, but good job by the Judson defense to clog it up and bring him down.
You know, sometimes, Don, it's just as simple as seeing up, you know, who's lined up ahead of you and stopping the ball if it comes your way, right? I mean, you can see all the movement and focus in on one guy, or, you know, it's a very fascinating thing sometimes when you're a young player trying to figure out exactly where you're supposed to go, but it was really good recognition that time by the Rockets, and they made a nice play.
3 split left, 2 right. Strada's going to throw the little hitch to Thompson again, but he doesn't really get going, as again, good coverage by that Rocket defense, including Marcel White, who had the interception on the last series.
Yeah, Bryson Thompson had 1,600 yards last year all-purpose and 8 touchdowns, and there's a lot for these Judson DBs to look at. Not only with Bryson, they got another dude that's a freshman too that's already getting offers.
3rd and 7. Estrada fires.
They blow it dead?
They may have. Now I hear the whistle. You saw a lot of guys stop. I didn't hear a whistle pre-snap, but you saw a lot of guys stop as if there was one.
Yeah, it looked like there was an offsides, but I don't see any hankies down.
Nope, there was no call, and so Johnson will punt it away.
TP's having a conversation.
DeMario Alexis is back deep to receive this, and now TP's going to burn a timeout to, I think, express his opinion on what happened there.
Yeah, it looks like it fell on deaf ears no matter what's going on, so really Judson's kind of settled in on this football game on the defensive side, right? Which is exactly what they needed to do. Obviously put in a very tough situation to start this ball game after the turnover, but seem to have found their footing a little bit here as we've gone on here towards the end of the first quarter.
34 seconds left. It's been all Johnson. If you're just joining us, Judson had the ball first and fumbled on their very first possession of the ball game. Johnson recovered at the 1, punched it in on the next play. It was 7-0. Got the ball back again, scored again quickly, and it was 14-0 for most of the first quarter, but things have settled down here. As you said, Judson's kind of getting their footing on defense. Still struggling to move the football offensively, but Johnson's had a lot to do with that.
Indeed they have. Again, I'm really impressed with their defensive line and what they're doing right now with all these stunts and twists. I mean, it's a lot. If you're an offensive lineman trying to get settled in your first ball game of the new year.
You'll see Nicholas Picarillo for the first time, the junior punter. And he'll be kicking it to DeMario Alexis. End over end hopper that takes a big hop. Alexis brings it down and then falls down inside the 15, mad at himself. And Judson will have 25 seconds here to do something with it before we flip into the field. As you see that Johnson defensive front and swarming to the football so far here in the first quarter.
Yeah, you see what they're doing, especially with the left line. the left side of the line, I should say. There's a twist right there, really well done. And that time, everybody was looking at the guy that was twisting, and the guy that was staying in his spot just went straight through and got a blow in. There's another one right there.
First down and 10 for Judson. They boot it out right, toss it ahead, and that's a good gain on first down. Mark Soto will like that as we go to the second quarter. Nice burst there from the running back, Caden Graham, the junior who was all district last year, ran for 845 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's got some talent.
Yeah, what a ball player that guy is, and apparently even went down to Florida to train during the offseason too, man. Well done.
It's all Johnson so far. It's 14-0 here on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Second quarter action straight ahead.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. We do have our TNL Scholar Athlete of the Week sponsor back with us for one more season. He couldn't get enough of me, I think. Joe Corchado, back with Beluga Air. You got some nice threads going on too.
We had to make our own jerseys to support Thursday Night Lights.
Yeah, and Alejandro, yeah, we're not carrying him this today, but he does have Beluga Jr. on the back, so I think he's representing pretty well. We're going to try and get him to say the tagline at the end of this. I don't know if it's going to go well. He's been practicing all day, but tell us a little bit about Beluga Air, why it's so important for people, or for you guys to sponsor TNL like you have been.
So again, second year of sponsoring it. I think it's very important for us to give back to the athletes. Sometimes kids and students, they do so much for their schools, the communities, and we want to give back to the kids.
You guys, it's hot. I'm sweating. I think everyone's sweating because of the heat that we're experiencing right now. Why is it so important to check the HVAC systems, make sure everyone gets their stuff checked, make sure everything's working?
Well, main reason is because you don't want to have a hot house or unhappy wife or unhappy husband. But the main reason is just don't blow your money. Call Beluga Air. Check our 5-star reviews, and it's just the customer service that we give.
You guys also offer a lot of good financing options.
Yes, sir. So we understand times is hard right now. So we have financing available as low monthly payments, no interest. Again, we're here for you as the customers to give you every payment option we can.
Got some killer payment options. See what I did there, killer whale. No, I'm gonna have those all season. Don't worry about it. Back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate Joe. Joe's a big sports fan. He's a big UTSA backer, and coming up this year on Sports Sunday, he's also the title sponsor of our Roadrunner recap for UTSA football and our high school football play of the week. So Joe's all in with football, man.
Gotta love it.
Good game by Judson on first down with number 4 here. LJ Shipman really giving Judson a spark. He's giving him a first down, I believe. Maybe it's going to be stopped short. We got a pre-snap penalty that's going to back it up. But Shipman showing a lot of tenacity, and that's on the back of his jersey. Coach Mark Soto gives everybody a character trait on the back of their jerseys. His is tenacity, and you can tell on that first carry he picked up 9. Kind of giving his team a spark after they haven't really shown much in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think because there's been so much pressure on DeMondo when he goes back to pass. I mean, I think if you're Judson, you just got to get back to basics right now. You've got a huge offensive line. You got to try to keep these Johnson defensive linemen from pinning their ears back. Try to stay on the ground when applicable.
Fake it to Shipman. Keep it on the quarterback keeper and across the 30, but still 4 yards short of the first. Third and about 4. Again, another good tackle by Jadon Bell. He looks the part. That first fumble recovery early that sparked Johnson. And good looking athlete right there.
Yeah, as we said, Bell, Smith, all district performers, and it's nice when you can bring back an entire unit from the year before, especially one with as many skins on the walls as those guys had last year.
Judson looking to throw. Does, caught, complete, and a first down. Nice job by the Rocket offense.
A.K. Davis on the reception, just a little quick out. Not before the quarterback did a really good job that time, looking right and then throwing back left. Judson picking up a first down, well needed at this point in the ballgame.
And it's a Mega Furniture first down here in the second quarter. Welcome Mega Furniture as a new sponsor of Thursday Night Lights. Roll out, just throws it away. Good smart play by the young quarterback. DeMondo, just a sophomore. Good height, 6'3", 173. As we said off the top, he's a track standout in the 200. Good athlete. Just starting to learn how to play the position, though, as a young sophomore here.
Yeah, he looked really good in the scrimmage, and it doesn't look like he's too big for the moment or too small for the moment. I mean, he's doing a really nice job. He's been under duress, and that time he did the right thing, probably throwing the ball away and lived to fight another down.
He's got 3 receivers left. Instead, fires right on the little bubble. Got some space. Good move by the Judson Rockets. And that's Caden Graham again, putting the ball in their playmakers' hands, and Graham saw the seam and got there.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, we already knew he was fast and shifty in terms of his ability to be athletic, but he put on some bulk too. Had a really good offseason, and that goes a long way with the rest of the guys in the room. This dude's definitely one of the top leaders on this Judson ball club, not to mention great ball player.
Mega Furniture first down. JoJo fires again, complete again. Cutting it back across the field. Johnson stays in their lanes, and coming up to make the tackle was Jacob Mazzocco. And what a great job of staying at home.
Man, you're not kidding. I mean, that looked like it was going to be some guy making a great play and turning a whole lot from absolutely nothing, but Mazzocco, one of those humongous, long DBs for Johnson that can really run and make plays, and not only on the ball, but obviously right there coming up and making a tackle.
All right, so a loss on the play will set up second down at 16 for DeMondo. Looking for some time, being pursued, fires, caught. And a nice gain on the play to get some of that back by A.K. Davis.
Another good job by the Judson quarterback, running from his life because EHO was barreling down hard to make a play. But JoJo doing a really nice job just kind of stringing things out and keeping the play alive.
Clock stops, 8 minutes, 6 seconds to go here. Johnson up 14-0, but Judson's offense showing some life. A little slow getting started, but now you see the athletes that they have with Davis and Graham. A young quarterback starting to feel comfortable. Here's Graham cutting it inside and still churning, rolling over and getting near the stick.
Maybe Judson has found something here, because you saw how many Johnson Jags were in the box trying to stop the run right there, and they just ran it right side and picked up a really nice chunk of yardage there. Unfortunately for the Rockets, it's a wee bit shy of the fourth down, but here we go.
4th and 1. This will be a big confidence boost here. And I believe they've got the push and the first down. Another Mega Furniture first down for the quarterback, DeMondo. And, maybe they just needed a little time to settle in. These are a lot of sophomores. This is for some, their first varsity action after playing freshman ball last year. For others, they were freshmen, didn't play a lot. Very athletic, very talented. Jay Storm Knight, that sophomore that we talked about, that's the 4-star being recruited by everybody. But again, 14 years old, just turning 15. Here's Graham. Graham is showing great vision early on in this football game.
It really is. And then you talk about those monsters up front, 78 being one of them. Man, they're giving him little creases, and he's not missing. This is a fascinating exercise right now, watching the Rockets play bully ball. They found a little something here running the ball in this quarter.
If I was a running back, I'd find number 79 and run behind him just about every time. 78 or 79. Here's Graham. Cuts it up inside. Again, he's got great vision, and his lateral agility to cut back really on display here since they've gone to him here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and this was something that Mark Soto wanted to do at the very beginning of the ball game, right? Ground and pound, chip away at the clock, control the football, keep Johnson's explosive offense off the field, and well, that was a huge hole right there. Everybody thinking they were going to keep pounding the ball right, but they go back left, and they're on the move here on first down again.
6:02 to go. Gonna keep. Nice move to get to the outside and slung outside, but inside our Absolute Power Red Zone. Absolute Power, a new sponsor this year, electrical contractors. And we're inside the red zone.
Jojo DeMondo doing a really nice job there, kind of extending the play, and then saw he had a little bit of running room there with nobody open downfield, and look at the patience. It's like, okay, well, nothing really happening down there. A little nifty move there down at the end.
Yeah, it was. Early whistles here, and I think TP Miller's going to burn a timeout. We'll take it with him. It's Johnson 14, but Judson with a goose egg so far on the move when we come back. Second down and short for the Rockets. They get to the outside, and they get all the way to the 12-yard line is Graham. That's another Mega Furniture first down, and the Rockets are knocking on the door.
Graham Cracker. Oh, you know, welcome to week 0, my friend. That was really impressive.
They have found something with Graham running behind these big offensive linemen. And they have marched right down the field behind Kai St. John, 6'6", 308. Chad Wagner, 6'3", 304, sophomore. And of course, J. Storm Knight, 6'7", 345. And it's another Mega Furniture first down. Here's Graham again, showing that vision. Look at the cut. Inside, lost the football, but recovered. Touchdown!
How about that? Sometimes you got to catch a break. And sometimes good things happen when you're making moves like Graham's been making. I mean, the foot on the ground has just been unbelievable. And then his ability to get vertical, but he got the ball. Let me see you stripped. Right there. Oh, wow. Looks like 11 gave it right back to him after the play before. Nice job there, too.
The officials discussed it. He did not advance it. He fell on it in the end zone. And Nate Booty's got a touchdown.
Yeah, one of the big leaders of this entire football team.
Guys, I got to tell you, nothing excites me more than a thick 6, a big man touchdown.
Yeah, there you go.
I've got my juices pumping down here now. That's just the most exciting thing I could ever see.
Hey, Matt, you said it, not me. Extra point on for the attempt is Bo Amador, and we've got a whistle. And a timeout taken by Mark Soto. We'll keep it here. Nate Booty, the senior, as I said earlier, he's the only senior on that offensive line. Actually, Kai St. John is as well. But he's given that leadership to the guys like J. Storm Knight and Chad Wagner, those monster sophomores.
I was trying to see who got that lick in at the end. No, it was not 11. Got that ball stripped. It was tag teaming Johnson guys, making sure that ball got ripped out of there, and Bodie doing a nice job. Johnny on the spot. This guy, his relationship, from what we understand with J Storm, just continues to grow, and it's like big brother, little brother, but these guys really found themselves on that drive. That was really impressive in flipping, the line play back in their favor after Johnson had really dominated on defense.
We got a football game as Judson will try to get within 7. Kick is up and good. Hit the camera pole. So Johnson will have it. 5 minutes to go, but the Rockets are on the board. It's 14-7 on Thursday Night Lights.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by TELUS Equipment.
All All right, we got ourselves a football game. Thanks to Nate Bodie. Hustle man, getting there and falling on that. As McCreary is back deep. And the kick is a short one. Checks up, and Jaguar just falls on it there at 19, short of the 20. And we'll get to see Estrada and this Jaguar offense. And also maybe Judson looking to get a big stop here and maybe tie this thing up before halftime.
Yeah, I think this is a very important possession for Johnson, obviously. I mean, they jumped out to the big early lead and really haven't had to do much because they had the gift touchdown to start and then a short field to work on their second drive. But Judson's kind of settled in, so now let's see if TP Miller's squad can respond and see if they can wrest some of that momentum back to their sideline.
It's a Mega Furniture first down. Haven't seen Johnson take that shot, you know, to those speedsters. They've got guys on the outside that can absolutely fly. In McCreary and in Thompson.
When you open up holes like that on the ground, you really don't have to take any shots. You know, and to their credit, I mean, they put themselves in a position to not have to do that. So I would imagine this game gets a little closer. We're going to start seeing them open it up.
Good tackle there. Tell you what, he's that young man, number 1, Marcel White, who had the interception earlier, has had himself a ball game. He's going to show up on the game film.
Indeed. I like the fact that they're kind of gone the UTSA route with these single-digit numbers, too. And you can't say enough about what 1 has done and what 0 has done. Asa Duhart.
2nd down and 6 for the Jags. They play action.
There you go.
Pressure down the sideline, and it is caught, but I believe he was out of bounds. Are they going to spot it up there? They're going to call it good?
Yeah, that's the freshman right there, Don.
Braylon Allen, the freshman, 5'11", 170.
Does not look like a freshman, doesn't play like a freshman, hence why he's already been offered by UTSA.
Mega Furniture first down and completion. Right back to him. Why not? After going to him once. Boy, he does not look like a freshman.
No, these wideouts look like they could play on Sunday. All right, creating all kinds of separation and then knees up still when he catches the football.
Hand it off inside to the 20-yard line. To another Mega Furniture first down as they go to Noah Cartwright. Noah is a junior who played last year as a sophomore. And another tackle by Marcel White. As Johnson moving it economically down the field with 3 minutes to go here. Go inside again. Coming up to make the tackle is Miles Wisdom. Absolute power red zone. Miles Wisdom, you see Bryce Strong across his back. We all know the story of his big brother Bryce, who we lost about 5 years ago, who battled cancer so bravely. Bryce was the little brother of Rashad Wisdom, the UTSA star, who just made the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 53-man roster.
Well earned, and you know, we've talked to Mama Wisdom a lot over the years, and she says Miles is the best of the bunch. So we're thinking, okay, that's just mama talk. I talked to Mark Soto before the game, and he goes, nope, at this age, Miles is a better player. He goes, now, granted, he goes, how many brothers can call their brother and watch film with a brother that's playing in the NFL, right? So there's some of that. But I would say if Miles is half the player as Rashad, he's going to turn out just fine.
And there's Mama Wisdom sitting in her number 39 chair. Custom Bryce Strong seat here at Judson Rutledge Stadium. All the Rockets have worn 39, starting with the oldest brother, Sean, then Rashad, then Bryce, and now Miles. Also lost his dad and his grandfather in the last couple of years. And so he's lost his big brother, his dad, and his grandfather recently. So that young man playing with a lot of courage, seen a lot as a junior in high school. He shared a room with Bryce as Bryce went through his cancer struggle. And was just a young kid at the time, about 11, 12 years old. But Mama Wisdom very, very proud of that young man.
As she should be, of all of her kids, right? I mean, they're all gems. And, I mean, I think everybody thinks a lot of Rashad just because, you know, seeing his recent success, I don't think anybody around here is surprised by, right? He willed that NFL universe into his own heart. And there wasn't going to be anything that stopped him from outworking everybody to get to where he's gotten to. And then, you know, for Miles, I can't even imagine, you know, having to watch what he had to watch his brother go through and what that did to him and the effect that it had on him both negatively and positively, you know, in terms of the man that he's become. So, yeah, it's just nice to see that the things that these fine young men enjoy, that they excel at because they also work very, very hard at it as well.
Yeah. How about some role models, having big brothers like Rashad and Bryce?
Guys, we're going to hear from Diana in the second half. I already talked to her pregame. She's ready for me to come up and sit in that Bryce Wisdom chair next to her.
Awesome.
And we'll hear from her in the second half, talk about Rashad, talk about Miles, and the elation of Rashad making the 53-man roster in Tampa Bay this week. So.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. She was so excited. There's the handoff inside. Young man's got 2 touchdowns already and almost a third there for Rayshawn Hurt, but he stopped short of the goal line.
Hey, look what we're coming down on. Our first 2-minute warning in TNL history.
Oh, that's right.
How about that?
All right. Let's tell you all about it. It's a new rule in high school football. And TNL highlights also always highlights the teams that are making a difference in our community with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more from San Antonio Sports in Valero.
San Antonio Sports has teamed up with Valero once again to recognize our high school and middle school teams that exhibit key values through their actions and efforts within their schools and their communities. We are thrilled to have Valero on our team. They are a company that lives their values and makes San Antonio a better place for all of us each and every day.
At Valero, we treat every day like game day. We're excited to support a program that celebrates student athletes who exemplify key values: integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. These principles are deeply rooted in Team Valero and essential to success in life.
Teams will be recognized on CWSA's Thursday Night Lights, News 4 San Antonio, and Fox San Antonio's morning shows and weekend sports shows, and of course on social media. Teams will be recognized during the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome.
For more than 40 years, Valero has been committed to being a good neighbor and building stronger communities. Team Valero is taking action today to build a better tomorrow by generously offering your time and skills. It's truly uplifting to see so many teams giving back selflessly, and we're honored to collaborate with San Antonio Sports and Beyond the Game to celebrate these exceptional students.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. You can visit sanantoniosports.org to learn more about the program and nominate teams and individuals today.
Touchdown,
Our thanks to San Antonio Sports as Rayshawn goes in for his 3rd TD of the game to make it 20-7. Extra point coming here with 1:55 to go. And what a game for Rayshawn Hurt.
Yeah, we talked about ACW, you got Cartwright, Rayshawn Hurt. They're just so multiple, so balanced in so many ways. And, you know, this is a team that's trying to replace Loren Johnson, who graduated. He was the league MVP last year, but look at that. Talk about feet in the ground.
Yeah, nice little agility to cut laterally and get in the end zone. I'm not watching any of the other games tonight. I know that we've got a few around town, but I would venture to say that Rayshawn is the leading scorer in the city of San Antonio this year in high school football.
He very well could be.
Extra point coming.
Pretty safe bet there, partner.
From Ethan Joshua, the sophomore. Trying to give the Jaguars a 2-touchdown lead here with 1:55 to play. And we're back in 15 seconds. It's good.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Rayshawn Hurt, all smiles today, 3 touchdowns. Johnson up 21-7. Judson will have about 2 minutes to try to drive the length of the field. What Chuck was talking about, 2-minute timeouts, the same as college rules this year. First time we've had it in UIL Texas high school football. Gives teams an additional stoppage without having to burn one of their own.
Yeah, I kind of like it, right? I mean, if you're going to play football at this level, there are going to be some guys that at some point are going to go on to maybe play at the next level. And I think anytime you get a chance to kind of coach it the way it's played at the pro level, I mean, why not?
Yeah, college level too, and just make it consistent.
It gives the TV people another chance to maybe sell a break or two.
And also, you know, it's kind of like in basketball with shot clock for so long. They didn't have one in high school. And it just, there's a lot of rule changes. I know you're a big baseball guy, Chuck, and baseball's really improved itself with that pitch clock and everything. You can call yourself a traditionalist at anything you want, but if it improves the game, I'm all for it. And there's been a lot of improvements made to all the games, baseball especially as far as timing.
Yeah, without a doubt. At the pro level, I mean, it's a game changer. I mean, you know, it used to be you could go and spend a whole day at the ballpark watching 3.5, 4-hour games, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, it used to be you could go and have a conversation and talk amongst yourselves, and now that the time between pitches, it's just not there anymore. So I think it's really improved the game, especially on TV.
Look at the speed across the 50. Couple guys to beat across the 40 into Johnson territory, and Judson's in business here with 1:46 to go. Thanks to the rocket speed. They're trying to figure out if it was 19, 18, 17.
Number one in your heart, that was a heck of a return and really blocked up well by these Judson Rockets.
DeMario Alexis, the sophomore, showing rockets by the Rocket. Let's see what can they do here. Haven't thrown it much. Their most success has come with Graham running the football behind that big offensive line, but they're running out of time with 1:46 to go. You take a look at our Gautier Graham Bandcamp. Try to throw the little ball ahead. No good, incomplete, maybe batted down.
Yeah, I mean, I think you still got plenty of time to ground and pound. You're a little short on timeouts here, but you know, if you go hurry up and just see what you can get going, I mean, they really found themselves offensively by running. And yes, the clock is working against them, but I don't know, after that first down throw, they may be backed up now and have to throw it here on second down.
Second down and 10. DeMondo hands to Graham. Doesn't have a lot of room. Good coming up from the outside. Good job by that Johnson defense on the pursuit to make the tackle. I believe it was 9. That's Eli Hudson-Odoi. Clock runs now inside 1:20. It's third down and 10.
It's one thing early on in the season too, with trying to go at a high rate of speed and tempo and all that stuff and trying to get moving here. Maybe a little better at this in week 4 or 5 than what they're exhibiting right now.
Rondo looking, gonna keep. He's gonna have some yardage. Gets the first down, but the ball comes out after a vicious hit, and Johnson's got the football. Looked like 40 recovered it for the Jaguars. That's Arthur Gonzalez. But who laid the lick? Because that was a big-time hit. 2 Rockets, Jaguars were there.
Yeah, JoJo making the right decision here. Takes off with the football, but man, does he get smashed. He took one heck of a lick, obviously. Ball comes out.
Guajardo was there.
Yeah, they're moving in, mixing some guys right now, getting some early playing time for guys like Arthur Gonzalez, the junior. And that was a huge stop, obviously, because we're under a minute here, and Judson was on the move, about ready to have a fresh set of downs.
It's a Mega Furniture first down. Keep your eye on the bottom of your screen in the slot. Number 12 is Brandon Thompson, and he's the track star who can really fly. We got a flag down, and now we have tempers flaring.
Yeah, E.J. Ricks came through, but, I don't blame the guy. I mean, you're playing whistle to whistle. He hit the quarterback, and then the Johnson guys rightly took offense to their quarterback taking a lick. And the guy that was most agitated was Taryn Abrego, 77. But we'll see if they're going to now throw a couple more flags and get to the bottom of all this.
So did you, I didn't see it, did you think it was a personal foul for a late hit on the quarterback?
No, because I thought the guy was just playing. I mean, I didn't hear the whistle till late.
Okay, so it's just the procedure, false start on Johnson, and they let everything else go, which is probably the smart move.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was bang, bang, right? And, I don't blame the Judson player for doing what he did, and I don't blame 77 for sticking up for his quarterback. All he did was basically say, hey, dude, calm down.
1st and 15, Estrada running the football.
I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Reading lips from 500 feet.
Minus binoculars.
Let's see if TP Miller's just content here now. Doesn't look like it. He's rushing her up to the line. 35 seconds to go.
You got these wide receivers. Why not take a shot?
Estrada straight back, going deep, one-on-one, deep ball. Oh, good play. Judson breaking it up.
Gotta love that. 8. Elias Simpson closing the ranks on that. Looked like
we saw that in practice
this
week.
Yeah.
Jack Green was all over the end of practice as they were having some pretty intense competition.
Textbook, man. Stride for stride. Got a big old mid up there and knocked it away. Good job, 8.
That was a fantastic play by Simpson. 26 seconds to go here in the first half. Johnson up 21-7. Judson trying to keep him out of the end zone with 26 seconds to go.
Sort of was talking about. He likes his guys up front. This punt fumble. That plays all jacked up.
Estrada now's going to have some room. Wisdom comes up to pursue and makes the tackle.
Brings us down to inside of 20 seconds here, but Coach Soto was talking about the fact he felt like he was really good up front on offense with the O-line and really strong on the back end of his defense with his DBs.
Was that not out of bounds? How's the clock running? Well, it's going to run out on the half. There you go. Johnson's going to take a 21-7 lead into the locker room. All 3 touchdowns by Rayshawn Hurt. It all went their way early in the first quarter as they jumped out in front quickly. 14-0. Judson settled down and made it a football game, but Johnson added a touchdown and have a bit of a comfortable lead at 21-7. Let's go down and hear what Coach has to say. He's standing by with Matt.
Coach Mark Soto joining us now. Coach, not the way you guys wanted to start the game, obviously. What was the message to the team after that kind of terrible start?
Well, it's a long game. I mean, they get those scores early, but there's plenty of time left in the game. I mean, it's a war of attrition on game 1, 2, and 3. It's who can last longer.
Now you guys kind of got a little bit of momentum with the running game in the first half. What's the message to the team going into the second?
Wear them out. Wear them out. Let's go. Let's keep that run game going. It's going to pop eventually. Defense, let's hold them. Let's go.
All right, Coach. Congratulations. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Gotta love the intensity of Mark Soto.
What, man, the guy was like that as a player, and he's like that as a coach. You gotta love it.
We have got a heck of a halftime show, as always, for you when we come back. Stick around. We got the Pans, the Pep Squads, Scholar Athletes, and more as T&L rolls on.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, The Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, NHTSA, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to DW Rutledge Stadium out here in Judson for the kickoff of our 17th season of Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm with our new title sponsor, Little Caesars Pizza. So we have a great game going on right now between Johnson and Judson. Johnson up 21-7 over the Judson Rockets. They get the ball to start the second half. The Johnson Marching Band on the field right now. They're led by band director Robert Lozano. The band program has grown to more than 300 students and receives national recognition. The band has established a reputation for quality, innovation, and excitement. The band competes actively in the Texas UIL and in Bands of America contests. They also have become a consistent finalist at BOA Regional and Grant National contests and have advanced to the UIL State Marching Contest 5 times, winning the 6A State Marching Contest in 2020. Let's take a listen to the Johnson Marching Band. All right, while they set up, I just want to remind everyone that it's time to vote as well for the Christian Children's $5,000 band grant. You can vote for Johnson High School Marching Band. Just scan that QR code on your screen. You have to be 18 years old and live in our viewing area, but one of these bands is going to win a $5,000 grant at the end of the season. One of the bands that we feature here on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm, helps them out a lot with travel, equipment, everything that goes along with it. So let's hear from the Johnson Marching Band.
Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. Roosevelt High School's wrestling athletes proudly gave back to their community by volunteering at the field days for Windcrest and Camelot Elementary Schools. By lending their time and energy, the athletes helped create a fun, engaging, and active experience for the elementary students, reinforcing the importance of teamwork, mentorship, and community spirit. Students from Brandeis High School football stepped away from the classroom and into the heart of the South Texas community. In Ingram, Texas, they came together to lend a helping hand, volunteering their time and energy to unite neighbors and begin the vital cleanup efforts that bring communities closer and stronger. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to DW Rutledge Stadium out here in Converse, Judson. Every week for the last 17 seasons of TNL, so to carry the one, that's about 170 weeks, we have highlighted incredible athletes here on Thursday Night Lights. And at the end of the year, our sponsor, Beluga Air, will award a $10,000 scholarship to one of the athletes we feature this season on Thursday Night Lights. Let's get to David Chancellor to introduce this week's incredible scholar athletes.
Johnson center Josh McNeil puts the student in student athlete.
First thing I noticed from you on your bio form, the first thing you put was academic all district, 2-time all district, first team all area, and honorable mention all state. Those football accomplishments are huge, but you chose the classroom. Why?
The classroom is a big part of my life because growing up, my parents always demanded excellence in the classroom first before anything on the field. So I just take the classroom very seriously.
He's got a 100 GPA. He's part of the Honor Society, the Student Council. He's a PAL, a volunteer for the Special Olympics, and he works at the San Antonio Food Bank.
I really do like the food bank because there's people out there that don't we take being able to eat every day as for granted sometimes, and not everybody can get that privilege.
Family is everything to Josh. His younger brother Eli is on the JV team. His sister Jaden wrestles and runs track at Wayland Baptist.
She throws shot and disc at Wayland Baptist University, and she's wrestling. Yes, sir. She's a freshman.
College athlete.
Yes, sir.
Who's the better athlete, you or her?
I would say me.
Oh, if we got her on the phone right now, would she agree?
No, she's too prideful to agree, but she knows it's me. You know, it's kind of like a competition. I always strive to be better than she is, but I'm also still very proud of everything she's done. So it's just a friendly, competitive nature.
Judson's Kai St. John is the big man in Converse or anywhere he travels, which is quite a lot.
Traveling was really a way to see everything around you. I like going around and just trying new things, learning new cultures. A few places I've been to one of them was Trinidad to see where my mom grew up. I also went to Paris for a little while, for a week. Then I went to London, and I also went to New York a few times.
He was born in London, his mom grew up in Trinidad, and the travel bug is strong in their family. But so is education. Kai has a 4.0, he loves math, his dream job is in electrical engineering. But he's got brawn to go with the brains. This kid is 6'6", weighs 320 pounds.
Your mom sent me one of the pictures she sent me. You had 2 plate stacks of pancakes. I think I counted 7. Is that a normal breakfast? Why are you laughing?
It was all you could eat, and I just wanted to use that opportunity.
Okay, so how much did you eat?
10 pancakes.
Come on, 10?
10.
He's the latest in a line of football players who live, breathe, and yes, sometimes even eat Rocket Pride.
Those 2 words, Rocket Pride, what does that mean to you?
Just keep fighting. Rocket Pride, you have to stay with it. You have to stay with your team. Everybody has something to do, and you just can't. It's all dependency. You're reliant on your team to succeed, and Rocket Pride is that team.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Well, the Judson High School Marching Band is coming onto the field now. We talked to their new band director about this year's band a little bit earlier this week. Take a listen.
My name is David Hochstetter. I'm the head band director here at Judson High School. I've been a band director for about 17 years, but this is my first year as head here at Judson. We're right around 100 members. We do have a lot of incoming freshmen this year. We're trying to build up our numbers of the band. This year's band, we just have a great energy level. I really like the positivity of the kids. Before this, I was the percussion director here, and the support I've gotten from the whole rest of the band has just been phenomenal, and just the drive that the kids want to give me and the things that the kids want to do, it's pushing us to new levels, and it's a very exciting season. So our show this year is called Finding Your True North. We do have 3 movements musically learned so far. We're about 1.5 songs drill-wise. The overall theme of the show is trying to find your direction in life, trying to find who you are and what you're about, and we're trying to represent that musically and visually, and trying to create a very peaceful, directive focus of our show. And you see like the 4 compass points in the show. You'll see north, east, south, west. Each of our songs represents one of those directions, ending the show with True North. We've got a full season, mostly starting in October. We'll be having competitions pretty much every weekend in October. We start with our home show here, the Rocket Review, on October 4th. And then every Saturday from there, we've got different ones going to a U.S. band show that's actually also here at Rutledge Stadium. Then we have our region competition and our area competition. We practice 3 nights a week, about 5 to 8 o'clock every night, 5 to 7:30 technically. So we work together to keep ourselves busy all fall long. I've got an excellent staff here with Jose Garcia, Megan Trevino, and AJ Riojas. They support everything we do here and their great leadership. I'd like to thank our principal, Eric Pockett, and Kimberly Carlton, who are very supportive of our band program, and our fine arts director, Keith Witt.
Hope you got your watches out, because it's time to vote for the Judson High School Marching Band. Scan the QR code on your screen. You must be 18 years old and live in our viewing area. Thanks again to Christian Children's for once again sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Thursday Night Lights, the Johnson Jaguars on top of the Judson Rockets 21-7. And it was Johnson early, and Judson kind of fought back. First play of the game, the Rockets put it on the ground, and it's Jadon Bell with the recovery. Rayshon Hurt goes in 1 play later, and just like that, it's 7-0 Johnson. Jaguars went up 14-0. Marcel White, though, first coming through for Judson with the pick for the Rockets as they settled in. Then there was the running of Graham. He fumbles here, but big Nate Bodie there to follow on it to make it 14-7. Then before the half, Hurt got his 3rd touchdown of the half. Johnson leads it 21-7 as we take a look at our first half stats on the night.
Yeah, Don, I thought it was fascinating watching this game. It looked like we were starting to see Johnson roll out their offense and the totality of it, passing the ball as we went along in the first half, and then Judson really found themselves with a running game to get back in this thing. This was the game plan going in. We got to run it. We got to keep time ticking on the clock, keep that Johnson offense off the field, and I think we're in for a whale of a second half as we look at those first half stats.
Yeah, despite the scoreboard and the momentum early for Johnson, those halftime stats fairly even, and the Rockets just trying to get back in it here when we start the 3rd quarter. We'll do that when we come back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Here come the Jaguars. We're back at Rutledge Stadium where Johnson leads Judson 21-7 on the kickoff edition of the 17th season of Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Jaguars feeling good about their first half. Been very sharp executing offensively and defensively for a week 1 team. And Judson, after a slow start in the first quarter, also kind of settled down and pretty clean game. Not a lot of penalties, I think 3 total. So looking good as we go down to the field. And Matt Roy. Matt?
Just caught up with Coach T.P. Miller of the Johnson Jaguars. They stayed in the locker room for a really, really long time. It's a 28-minute halftime, taking everyone a little bit behind the curtain here at DW Rutledge Stadium. They stayed in there until about 27 minutes. So I asked him what was taking so long. He said, we're emphasizing playing our game because he knows exactly what Coach Soto is going to do. It's a battle of attrition over there. Plus, they started getting the running game going. That is the Judson Rockets. So emphasizing stopping the run and giving the defense a little bit of a break in the second half. He knows he has to do it for 24 more minutes to start out 1-0, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because Judson is going to want to play smash mouth. They found Graham in the second quarter behind those behemoths and had some success. If you're T.P. Miller, you know that's coming in the second half. And if you're T.P. Miller, you got to feel good about you got the guys to stop it because they look so good doing that in the first quarter. So it's going to come down to will and fight here in the second half.
And here's one of the bugaboos from turning the ball over on your first possession, right, and then giving them a gift touchdown to open the game is that Johnson will receive the ball first here in the second half.
It's the Good Feet Store second half kickoff. It's received by the Jaguars and taken out across the 25-yard line, and that's where the Jags will start first here in the third quarter, up 21-7. Seen a lot of guys take snaps through their Wildcat formations. The main guy is Elvis Estrada. The quarterback is 6 of 8 for 72 yards, 6 foot 180. As we said earlier, he's a 2-year letterman in football and a 2-year baseball letterman, academic all-district, and part of that state title game baseball team. So as Chuck said earlier, he's been in big moments. Rayshon Hurt has the 3 touchdowns. He's got the football on our first down.
It's a good chance for us to talk about the Johnson offensive line, too, because T.P. Miller told us that this is as big an offensive line as he's had since he's been at Johnson. It starts with Josh McNeil up front, but Taron Abrego, 6'2", 310, most of these guys well over 6 feet tall.
Second down and 2. Estrada's going to keep it himself, and he takes a heck of a shot by 3 Rockets.
Yes, TP as well. You know, where did Estrada make his biggest leap from last year to this year? And he said, I think everything's just kind of slowed down for him. His reads in this RPO-style offense, everything is just a tick slower. He's able to make better decisions at the line of scrimmage than he was able to do last year, although last year he was pretty darn good, Don. I mean, this guy threw for over 2,000 yards and had 22 TDs, so not a bad ball player even as a sophomore, and he's just going to get better as a junior.
It's Rush Max first down for the Rockets. And doing a nice job getting outside, and now taking off is Aaron Crawford Webb to the house. Touchdown, Johnson.
Nothing like hitting a home run. That's the first really big explosive play we've had on offense in this entire ball game. And we talked about Judson finding its legs running the football and what they were able to do in the first half. Johnson came out running the ball really well too. It slowed down a little bit, but not here. Look at the little stutter step at the line of scrimmage, and then this one's good if we're playing touch. All the way to the house.
The patience to follow his blockers and find the seam. And that was a great patience run there by Aaron Crawford Webb. And the Rockets go up 28-7. And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
So keep them in the locker room longer, Coach. It worked. Whatever they talked about worked. Johnson got it first, went right down and scored. And so the Rockets will try to answer here. As you see, we've excitement in the stands over on the Johnson side.
So yeah, we have a slow start for the Judson Rockets on both ends of these halves in this football game, right? And Johnson comes out, they're gifted the 7 points to start the ball game, and then second play from scrimmage, bam, to the house.
That's our Gautier band cam. Gautier formal dresses. Jaguars wearing their Jaguar prints, looking cool. In on the theme.
Yeah, yards per carry, not bad for that young man now too. 6 carries, 85 yards, and of course the touchdown right there. So double digits in yards per carry. And then Hurt obviously having a nice night too. 7 carries, 46 yards, and the 3 scores.
Mark Soto trying to work out the kinks here in week 1. It's not easy. The first week of the season is never easy, especially when you schedule really good opponents like Johnson is. Demaria Alexis had a very impressive return the last time. He's back there with A.K. Davis, J.J. Clay. Mishandled. Take it right up the middle and get it just to the 21, and that's it.
And Tarbaugh, nice play there making a tackle.
So we'll see that Judson offense led by JoJo DeMondo. Their best player so far in this football game has been Caden Graham. And when they settled in the second quarter and ran behind those giant offensive linemen, they moved the football well. Got their first and only score of the game. We'll see if they go back to it here. We said that you could kind of hear the hint from Soto as he was talking to Matt going into the locker room. And Johnson's going to do their best to try and stop it. It's a rush max first down. Fake it to Graham instead, throw it over the middle, and that ball's caught. Nice catch and a rush max first down for A.K. Davis. Like the way Davis carries himself. He's a real leader and tries to lead by example and also fire up his teammates with his body language.
Yeah, they got some speedy guys outside, and that was a heck of a nice catch in traffic.
Rush max first down and 10. Mondo in trouble, now throws it and just gets rid of it. Smart play there late. That'll set up second down, live to play another day. Thought he was going to hang on to it just a little bit too long, but smart play at the end. And it'll be second down and 10 for JoJo DeMondo.
That's one of those keys too, that kind of the untold keys about Davis, Don. Mark Soto says he might be our best player. So you can see how electric that guy is when he's running free.
Low snap, DeMondo going deep, looking for him, one-on-one coverage down there, and just throwing up a little high in the air, and McCreary was tested. He is the 4-star corner. Wide receiver, Jawari Bowens, thought he was interfered with.
Yeah, Bowens, the long line of Bowens playing at Judson. He's a really talented athlete himself.
6'4" and just a sophomore.
Yeah, his brother's at UTSA.
Yeah. Great Johnny Bowens was an A&M recruit, went to Oregon and then back to A&M with his commitment. Now he's at UTSA.
Yeah, Bowens looked like he may have had a step there.
It's 3rd and 10, and there's some confusion. And Mark Soto decided to take a timeout and talk it over, and we will too. Judson with a huge 3rd down and 10 coming up.
Welcome back to Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm here at DW Rutledge Stadium. Have one of our newest sponsors, Mr. David Allen, over at Rush Fun Parks. You guys are one of our newest sponsors. Why did you guys choose to sponsor TNL this year?
Well, we think high school football brings communities together, and there's not a better football system out than South Texas. So we want to be part of that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were just having the conversation. Nobody does it like Texas does.
You're right, correct. I agree.
So tell us a little bit about what you guys do, what you are, and kind of give everyone a little bit of a synopsis of what you guys do.
Sure. We have 4 Rush Fun Parks out here in the community, and what we want people to do is disconnect from the outside world, come to a Rush Fun Park, make memories with your family and your friends. Our newest location is Ingram Mall. It's called Rush Max. We have bowling, laser tag, go-karts, soft play, full restaurant. It's a ton of fun to make memories, and we'd love to see you there.
And we've heard a lot of Rush Maxes today since you guys are the First Down sponsor. It's Rush Max First Down, Rush Max First Down, because there's been a lot of running going on. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing someone from Rush Max all season long here on the sidelines of TNL. Back to you guys in the studio.
Sounds like a feature story, Matt. I want to see Matt at the Rush Max. You know, you and Zach jumping on trampolines and whatever they do over there. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Chuck and I want to. We just can't.
Yeah.
With our
the mind is willing, but the flesh is weak. But we can all use a little of unplugging there. It's reading a study the other day about what kids on phones and what it does to the imagination in their brains. I mean, yeah, it sounds like a good time, and maybe a little all of us could use that for sure.
If you haven't read the book, The Anxious Generation, man, it'll change your life and how you see that whole thing. Crazy the difference between the adolescents in 2008 compared to 2009-10 when the iPhone came out. And the difference in their mental health and everything because they were exposed to everything on their phone all the time at the formative ages. Just the depression and suicide and stress and anxiety and bullying, and man, it's just crazy. Yep, anytime you can put it away, do. 3rd down and 1 for Johnson. You said they got go-kart racing?
That would be cool.
Now that sounds like we could do that.
Good speed without getting a ticket, or the fear of getting a ticket.
Let's you and me, Ricky Bobby, take on the young guys, Matt and Zach. Come on, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris Koffis, our producer in my ear, says, do you think Matt would fit in a go-kart?
Yes, make sure that
he's not wrong.
Make sure that that's attributed to somebody other than the guys in the booth.
I haven't go-karted since I hit my growth spurt when I was like 11, guys. So I haven't fit in a go-kart in a long time.
I've been dealing with shame and guilt ever since Matt got on to me about talking about how big he was early in the first quarter. So
I like it because then I can poke fun of you.
I know. You went right for the hair.
I mean, I don't.
Okay.
I just. It's the easy, low-hanging fruit.
I know. When you're this handsome, you gotta have something.
That's right. Let him know.
Well, also all the weight you've lost, I've gained. So
you ate the old me.
Yeah, apparently you're down like 60 pounds.
No. Is that a first down? Is that a Rush Max first down?
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's a Rush Max first down.
How about that? ACW sticking his nose down there close to the goal line and moving the chains. Johnson doing a really nice job carry to carry with making it easier on themselves in the subsequent downs. Getting these 3, 4, 5, 6 yard carries.
And it is a Rush Max first down. Fake the play action, going deep, got a man down there. It's one of those speedsters, and it's caught at the 10. Justice Jeffrey, the junior, 6 foot 170, beat his man, and I tell you what, Estrada put it right on the money.
It's an embarrassment of riches outside for these Jaguars, right? They don't get you with one, they get you with another, and then they get you with another. Good adjustment on the football, and a huge gash play for these Jags.
They move into the absolute power red zone. Another Rush Max first down for Justice Jeffrey. And first and goal for Estrada and the Jags. Already up 28-7, looking to add on to that. They go back to their Wildcat QB, and I think he's in.
Pretty darn close, but they're going to mark it as short.
Man, he was right there.
You talk about doing what good running backs do, right? Fall forward for yardage. I mean, it looked like he took on half the team right there.
Rayshawn Hurd already has 3 touchdowns. I think play to show them he does. Who am I?
The question is, Don, is Elvis a better football player than he is baseball player? And I posed that question to T.P. Miller, and he said it's a wash. He's good at both.
He's going to keep it here. He's going to try to get in. Stood straight up, and they're going to call it a touchdown. Really good job by the Rocket defense to meet him head on, but Estrada pushes forward, and it's 34-7.
He's just a junior. You got another year of that guy coming at you in the Northeast League. Just a straight, well, I'm going to take it myself. Didn't look like there might have been a bust there, but maybe not. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Elvis Estrada is in the house.
You got to love parents who will still name a kid Elvis.
You know? Solid, right?
Oh, yeah. That's just wonderful because, I mean, this generation, they don't even know the kid.
Elvis is in the building.
Yes, he is, and Johnson is on top, 35-7, 6:50 to go here in the third. Welcome back. It is 35-7, all Johnson Jaguars here on the kickoff edition of Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Hey, during the fourth quarter tonight, we got something new. We're going to be highlighting our school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. You know, it's the law in every state that requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when you see that stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA.
So we got NHTSA and we got Pizza.
NHTSA.
I just tee it up and you hit it out.
I want the audio drop. I do, Chris, for next week. I want every time we say Little Caesars something, I think the audio guy's got to have a drop that just goes, pizza.
Perfect.
I'm
all for it.
I think our sponsors would like it too. Got to meet those guys, the Hotchkiss family. Guys who own the Little Caesars in San Antonio.
Yeah, Sachs guys.
Third generation. The granddad moved down here in 1984. They opened up a couple stores. They got 40 stores now. The dad has been running it. And now the son, who's like 25, Ryan, is opening up Dave's Hot Chicken as well. So, pizza dynasty.
Yeah, making moves. And shout out for having a big old pepperoni pie up here in the booth tonight. It was outstanding. What's left of it? Nick, is there any pizza left in that thing?
I think there's one piece left.
Oh, okay, well, I don't want to be the guy that takes the last
no,
one.
I've had
my piece.
Let's roll down to Matt Roy, who's standing by with a very special guest.
All I heard was that you guys ate a whole pizza, and you're saying that I ate a lot of pizza. So I don't know. Anyway, we got a very special guest, Diana Wisdom, Mama Wisdom, mom to 4 boys that have come through the Judson program, and basically the entire city of Judson. I mean, really, she's everyone's mom. So how are you doing now?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What a great night.
You have 2 years left in this program now. Miles, number 39, number 1 in our hearts. He is in his junior year now. How excited are you to see him on the field, getting some playing time?
It's bittersweet. I'm glad I have 1 more year left so I don't have to cry too much, but it's bittersweet. You know, it's just him. This is it. And it's a lot to take in, but I'm enjoying every minute of it.
You guys have gone through so much, obviously, and then you guys got the just elation on Tuesday and Monday for Rashad, former UTSA, former Judson High School, friend of the program. He's phenomenal, and he made the team in Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers. What was that moment like? Can you kind of take me through what happened on that night?
Wow, it was amazing. You know, we kept claiming it. We kept saying, Shad, this is it, this is it. You know, he played one of his greatest games on Rich's birthday. Rich passed on his birthday, on Rashad's birthday, and he played a great game against Pittsburgh, and I think that sealed the deal for him. And it was Rich's 53rd birthday, so we were like, this is it. You're going to make it on this 53-man roster on your dad's 53rd birthday, and it happened. And I think I just stopped crying today, and I'm so happy. We needed that. We needed some good news, so I'm real happy.
I mean, it's weird how things work out, 53, the symbolism of everything. And you've taken a lot of pride with Rashad going to UTSA and being from Judson. You guys see so many people throughout the NFL between Joshua Cephas and Sincere McCormick and all that Frank did for the area. How prideful does it make you that people have come through UTSA and come through the Judson program and still keep just so close to the community?
It's just It's showing that San Antonio has some great athletes, and you can be successful right here at home. And that's kind of what Rashad, with Frank, with Sincere, Spencer Burford, they all showed that by staying right at home, putting the city on their back, and showing up and showing out. And I'm so proud of all of them.
Talking a little bit about the Judson program, you guys have the Bryce seat up there with decked out in orange, number 39 for your son Bryce Wisdom, who passed about 5 years ago. Judson has really done so much to keep his memory alive and Judson strong, and you guys have obviously spearheaded that. What is being part of this community, and what has the community meant to you for doing all of that and allowing him to put Bryce Strong on the back of his jersey and all those things?
It's amazing. This city shows us so much love, you know, at a time when we needed it the most, when we were at our worst, at our lowest. And I go to the mailbox and neighbors are like, great job, we're so proud of Rashad. And, you know, I forget that people are following and they're cheering and rooting for us. And that's what keeps us going. And we're so appreciative of everybody in the city of San Antonio, Converse, all the neighboring cities. Everybody has showed nothing but love, and we're so appreciative of it.
Absolutely. And Miles is going to have a great year. It's not a great game on the scoreboard today, but we got 9 games left at least.
It's the beginning of the season. We're going to be all right.
We got a long way to go. Long way to go. So, Diana, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure to see you guys. Back up to you.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, if you want to know where Bryce got all his strength, there's the rock right there.
Yeah, what an incredible family, man. Just straight, loving, wonderfully solid people.
Yeah. Courageous, strong. You know, Bryce was a really, really friendly kid. He had that $1 million smile and just inspired so many people during his fight. And I just remember Rashad, his big brother at UTSA at the time, in awe of Bryce's strength. And that kid had tumors, and we were out interviewing him 10 days before he passed away, and there was no sense of pain or anything, and you knew he was in pain. But he protected his mom and dad and little brother. I'm still inspired by it.
Yeah, also. Just, you know, Rashad is a prime example of, I mean, even when he was a kid, seemed like a man, right? I mean, just a razor.
Yeah.
I mean, very, very, a lot of charisma, but yet, you know, he's all business too. And I don't know, I mean, you know, he's really appreciative too of all the well wishes of making the Tampa Bay squad and, you know, getting back to people that are, I mean, he's just a really solid stand-up guy, and obviously got a lot from mom and dad to kind of show him the way. No doubt.
I was reading about him. You know, I was really following it close because I wanted to see if he was going to make the team. Everything I read from the insiders at Tampa Bay was that he was not going to make the team. He was going to be one of the few cuts and maybe back on the practice squad like he was last year, but not going to be on the 53. I didn't see a single article as he goes deep over the middle. That's caught for a touchdown. That's your freshman, Chuck. Braylon Allen into the end zone, number 16, and something tells me he's going to do a lot of those over the next 4 years.
Indeed. I mean, what a unbelievable talent came through the feeder school system at Judson, and this guy, I mean, just completely looks the part. Again, they've got receivers on top of receivers. They can run the ball. They're great up front. Elvis is a fantastic quarterback. If you're thinking this is a team that could make a long playoff run, show me something that tells you otherwise.
That's right. They looked the part tonight. And there's up 42-7. 2:41 to go in the third quarter. I'll resume talking about Rashad Wisdom when we come back. Welcome back. 42-7. Johnson over Judson as the Spirit groups go back to their spots. Picking up where I was talking about Rashad Wisdom and how no one in Tampa thought he was going to make the 53-man roster. Wouldn't surprise Jeff Traylor because of his work ethic. And when you start hearing about, you know, he's the guy that was on the practice squad, so he's in the building. They already know him. And he's the guy that doesn't go on vacation when everybody else does and goes into the facility first thing at 7 o'clock in the morning and is lifting weights with the trainers. And that stuff gets around. doctors, I mean, the training staff and the strength coaches, they know who guys are and what guys are doing what. And then he's in the preseason, and they lose a nickel back to injury, and Todd Bowles, who's the head coach and also a defensive guy, pulls him aside and says, I know you have never even practiced at this position, but we don't have anybody. You're going to have to play nickel. And he goes, I need you to do this here on this play. When they line up here, do this. And Rashad's like, I got it. I watch film. He goes out and plays nickel, lights out. 5 tackles, 4 for loss. That ball's loose. I'll see if they let him advance it or if they'll take it right there where it was fumbled. But it did look like Judson gave it up, and Johnson came up with the recovery, and the route continues now 42-7. Anyway, he goes out and plays great. And on cutdown day, one of the writers, the beat writers, who covers the team that I was corresponding with, says, wouldn't be surprised at all. They love the kid. And sure enough, he made the 53.
I just like it's a testament, too, because as resume loaded as Rashad was at UTSA, I mean, the 4-year starter, the this and the
all
that,
conference,
and the all dude, and the all great, and all the NFL scouts were saying the same thing. Too short, too slow. Too short, too slow. Too short, too slow. Well, we can't do much about the short. But he worked on his speed. He got it to it was really good, ran a really good 40 time in his pro day, and the rest is history. I mean, this guy wanted to be a pro, and you can tell with the way that he plays, as passionate he is, his football IQ is off the charts, that this guy was going to absolutely will himself into the equation at some point. Some would say it's happened a little sooner than maybe they thought, but there's a whole league of guys like him, and I'm not surprised one iota. I don't think anybody around here is surprised that he's found his way onto somebody's team.
Shows that you can work your way into something. Kid that, who's the kid that's from Smithson Valley is playing linebacker for Tennessee?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Jack
Gibbons?
Yeah, same thing.
Yep.
Guy just wanted to be a pro football player, and so he just willed himself to be a pro football player.
Very well said.
42-7 with 1:30 to go here, as the Jaguars got that football back and are moving it down the field, and pretty much no doubt about this one anymore, as we thought we might see a bit of a scrap in the second half, but the breaks have gone Johnson's way early. They hit on a big play. Now they're just looking to salt this win away and run as much clock as possible. Another running back in carrying the football. That's Noah Cartwright. Junior, 5'10", 175. Short of the stick, it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, you know, when you come out and, you know, God bless Judson, man. They got 8 new coaches, got a lot of new this year, so it might take them a while to get going, but it's just really rough to overcome the start to the ball game and then the start of the third quarter. You turn the ball over on your first play from scrimmage, give up an early touchdown, and then you get gashed by a huge long TD run to start the third quarter. These are the hard things that are really hard to overcome. It gets you out of your entire game plan, which was to try to pound the football as much as possible, get the ball to your dudes, and you can still try to work on some of that stuff here, but that's been a lot to overcome here as we wind down the third quarter.
Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. It's Johnson 42, Judson 7. And we're back with only 8 seconds to go here. It's 4th and 2 for Johnson. They run out the field goal kicker, and they'll spot it at the 27. So this will be a 37-yarder for the sophomore, Ethan Joshua. He's been good on all his PATs tonight, and this one is up. It is long enough, and it is good. So it's 45-7. Still 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock. Here in the third quarter,
right? Come out here and kick yourself a field goal in week 1, week 0, whatever they're calling it these days.
Yeah.
And 44's got himself 3.
All the extra points good. Nice 37-yarder there. So for a sophomore, it's a confidence builder. If you ever have to make a big one in one of those district games, you know you can do it.
It's an interesting dynamic between these two coaches here tonight, Donna. We talked a little bit about it on the onset that T.P. Miller and Mark Soto came up through the coaching ranks in San Marcos together, and they both kind of have the same coaching philosophy in that they like to teach morals and standards to their players and be positive and build character with these young men as they come through their program. Of course, it's about winning too, not throwing any of that stuff away, but the bottom line is, you know, these guys are really good dudes when it comes to being around young men and raising them up.
Hey, you're looking at our Monarch trophies. Those will go to the victorious Johnson Jaguars after the game tonight, to our winners all season long. Call 210-344-3777 for all your trophy needs. Monarch Trophy, they've been with us on TNL, I believe, all 17 years. They're one of our sponsors for the long haul. And they got everything for your teams, your business, anything where you need plaques, awards, trophies, they've got it. Monarch Trophy. Here's the kick. Judson's had a tough time with field position tonight. He faked that reverse again, and stumbling across the 25 is Omarion Evans, and that's the end of the third quarter. When we come back, fourth quarter action. It's all Johnson here tonight at Rutledge Stadium.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by TELUS Equipment.
All right, we begin the fourth quarter. The Judson Rockets with the football. It's a Mega Furniture first down, and Judson runs the sweep to the right-hand side. And L.J. Shipman, who has a couple carries tonight, takes it for a pretty good gain on first down, about 6. Second down and 4.
Yeah, let's see if Judson can reestablish this running game here. And, you know, it's a long season ahead, and obviously it's been a little bit of a long night for the Rockets, but, you know, a chance to maybe find something out about yourself tonight, learn a little something about what you're good at, and then maybe bring some of that forward to next week's ball game.
Fake and boot out to the outside, caught for a gain there. A man with the reception. Nice execution by JoJo DeMondo. That'll move the sticks for a Mega Furniture first down. Mark Soto trying to keep his guys up. He knows it's a long season. Don't want to see guys get down. It's not about the rest of this one. It's about next week. Keep executing.
That's right. I mean, that's Texas and Ohio State on Saturday, right?
That's
still a whole season.
Yeah. No matter what happens. Mega Furniture first down, inside handoff to Shipman. Although I do think in this world we live in, Chuck, this, you know, everybody being an expert on the Micah Parsons trade tonight, and that too could still go either way over time. Whoever wins Ohio State, Texas is going to be the greatest thing in the world, and the losing team is going to be the worst team that ever played football. And yet, the loser could very well end up being national champions, because that's how good both teams are. So, there's a lot of football to be played. That ball is intercepted. Not on the first try, but the second. Great job by Cade Pantuso. Tipped it up in the air, lost it, fell down, and had the presence of mind to keep his eyes on it as he was on the ground to pick it up on the camera.
Football player. Ball tipped again. And then
great
Pantuso securing with both hands on the back end to get himself a turnover in this football game.
Nice play, Cade. The senior, as you said, comes from a great family of athletes there at Johnson High School. And it's a Mega Furniture first down for the Jaguars.
Now, one of them's a mighty Madison Maverick.
Oh, Madison Maverick.
Yeah, a lot of good athletes in that family.
And we have some backups into the
Hello.
game, including that one, running all the way down to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Adrian Buntello, the junior backup quarterback, gets 6. All Johnson Jaguars here tonight. It's 51-7.
Yeah, this thing has gotten out of control, but shout out to the big boys up front. We started the ball game with Jack Van Dolen at left tackle, Austin Patino, the left guard. We talked about McNeil and Abrego, center and right guard, and then I am Daoud, the right tackle at 6'3", 280. That's what they started the ball game with, but this one coming back.
Yeah.
Still a nice play.
I didn't see the flag.
It's like Ben Sims from Clark High School caught a touchdown in the preseason the other night for the Packers.
Yeah.
Got called back. Still a nice play.
Still a nice play. Not going to change his confidence.
Correct.
I was going to say this. You said that Pantusos were Madison Mavericks, Johnson Jaguars.
I know at least one of them was.
I wonder if there's someone watching tonight who would tell me if they're related to the great Ann Pantuso, who owned the Carriage Flowers store in the Churchill neighborhood, which is where we all bought our mums for our girlfriends on Fridays.
I'm
The
willing
flower
to
store.
bet that there probably was some relation.
Ann
somehow.
Pantuso's Carriage Florist was on the corner of Lock Hill, Selma, and Blanco back in the day. So I'm hoping somebody can tell me this relation. So there you go. That's your assignment for this week.
Mark Soto was telling us before the game, Don, about these Johnson Jaguars, that this is as explosive a Johnson team that he's seen in this 4-game series that they've had over these last few years. And boy, he wasn't kidding. I mean, they really, really looked the part here in week 1.
Backups on the Judson defense still trying to earn their stripes, and they come up with a big play there.
And then you talk about small worlds. So Mark Soto said he coached Elvis's dad, Elvis the quarterback at Johnson, when he was at Poteet. So
not Vernon Presley.
No. Or Vernon Reed from
at Poteet.
Living Color, who they did that one song where they went, Elvis has left the building. Okay,
Poteet,
going way
home of
out
the
on
Strawberry
a limb here.
Festival. That's all I know about Poteet. Well, these coaches paid their dues coaching in those smaller towns.
And apparently there was another Estrada that showed out yesterday in the JV game. So
little
look
brother.
out, you got one coming.
That was just a junior, too. They're taking another timeout here on the field. We'll take it with them. 45-7 with 7:40 to play. And we're back to Johnson Jaguars trying to put this one on ice. It's already on ice. They're trying to finish this thing off. 7:40 to go. Maybe just run some clock with this one, although they fire that one and it's incomplete. That'll stop it on 3rd and 9. Obviously not going to care about the clock that they're trying to convert.
Yeah, this has been quite a performance by TP Miller's squad tonight, and we heard a little bit from him at the start of the ball game where he was talking about, we're just not satisfied with second-round playoff exits anymore, that their motto this year is going to be rise up, and they want to win a state championship. They feel like they got the players to do it. They feel like they got the coaching staff to do it, and they really feel like they've got a mature bunch of young men that could pull something like this off. Bigger picture, that's one of the goals, obviously. In the short term, they want to keep a level head. They want to win a district title if they can do that again. But if they can pull that off, that would be the first time in Johnson's 18-year school history that they'd won back-to-back league titles in football. And I don't know what makes me feel older when I hear Johnson High School's 18 years old.
They're 7-0 last year in district play, and that's a tough district, man. 10-2 overall last year, lost to Lake Travis in the second round, but As we were talking during the halftime show, it looks like this team lost Lake Travis and just went right back to work with a lot of returners, because the way they've executed in week 1, very impressive. I mean, Judson looks like a team that's playing in week 1. Not bad. There's just a week 1 team. We see them every year. Johnson looks like a team that's in like week 4 or 5. They're just executing at a higher level.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, right? I like the fact that they're throwing it out there, right? And you put it on the wall. Give yourself something to shoot for and not speak it into existence per se. Is that a catch?
He caught it. I don't know if he came down in bounds.
It was a heck of an athletic play right there for
was.
sure
It
by
was upstairs.
Jikel Harmon, the senior DB, 6'1", 170. But, they don't want to get ahead of themselves, obviously, but the fact that they're saying that this is attainable, you got to like it, right? If there's a belief and we're going to go until somebody tells us otherwise, he darn sure came close to sticking that foot down. But now they got to go do the work. That's the one thing that T.P. Miller really wanted to stress, is that, we can talk about all these things, but we got to go do the work too.
There's a little pass out in the flat, dropped. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. Hey, Chuck. It's new season for the uniforms are.
Yeah, let's go.
I like what Judson's done with the thing on the back. It's in the last name. Like, this guy's name's Compete. I think it gives all the guys on the team a personality trait, which probably comes from either their coach or guys that their teammates admire about them. I like it. It's the classic Judson Rocket uniform. You cannot argue with it. It's got 5 state championships and Gerard Douglas and all the greats that came through this program. They go with the gray helmet and pants that match, and the Diamond J logo. Back in the day, a lot of people don't know this, but see the red part of the J on the logo, the outline? In the old days, that was the boundary on the map of the district. Really? If you were to draw that on the map, that was the Judson School District, the Diamond J logo. For Johnson, on the other hand, they, in my estimation, when they first came out 18 years ago, made a mistake with going with more baby blue than navy blue. And now I think they found the right balance, that Villanova look where the navy is the primary color and the baby is an accent color, especially on that helmet. That's a good looking helmet, where it's primarily navy.
You like the trim on the shoulder pads?
No, in fact, I like the fact that UTSA got rid of that look and went with those new stripes. Have you seen UTSA's new uniform?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like a panel. I like a stripe.
You know what? I like that you're so forthright and you're not mincing words. Like, you go right for it. That's why you will always be the uniforms are, because there is no gray area. Everything's black and white.
Strong opinions. Strong uniform opinions. And I can't be argued with when it's so stupid, because it's all subjective. You might like those jersey numbers. I don't. You might like a stripe. I might like a panel. Whatever.
I don't really have a problem with the numbers.
See, Judson's number, that's a great number. That's a block number that old 60-year-old broadcasters can see from the press box. The Johnson number is a lot like the UTSA numbers, where it's some kind of tricky little font that sometimes when it gets bunched up over the shoulder pad, you can't tell what it is.
Or some form of cursive that you can't possibly decode.
Yeah. Thought UTSA was going to change theirs, but they went back to it. Oh, that one's tipped. Got right in his face. Good pass rush there. 4:27 to go, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, we got a penalty on Johnson, too, for might have been hands to the face.
Yeah.
Jojo DeMondo doing a really good job hanging in there, by the way, in a game that's obviously not in their favor, but he's still out there fighting. Take a look, takes a couple steps, drop back, and then going to have to see the masseuse tomorrow.
You guys, while we got a break in the action, I want to catch everyone up with some scores from around the area on the first night of high school football here in Texas. Pleasanton beaten Highlands 30-14 in the 4th. Bracken Ridge is beating Kingsville King at 21-14 in the 4th. South Sand beating McCollum 30-27 in the 4th. Wagner beat the New Braunfels Long Creek 49-19, and then Clark is beating Soto 13-9, and Mr. Don Harris's Churchill Chargers get the victory tonight, 17-14 over Stephens and Coach Boykin over there. I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Ale Ramirez, a senior for the Churchill Chargers. About a year ago, he nearly died from a flesh-eating bacteria in his neck. He was on the field tonight after gaining all of his weight back, and he helped lead the team to victory. So congratulations to him and to the team for making it all the way back and getting the win tonight.
And to you, Matt, for a great story on that young man. Judson goes to the end zone, incomplete, but Matt did a great job telling his story. Yeah, what a courageous young man to come back. A lot of people didn't think he could do it, but he did.
Yeah, unbelievable what that family has been through, and you're right. I mean, Matt Roy did an amazing job.
Emmy nomination, Matt? Emmy nomination?
Yep, Emmy nomination. Did not win on Monday, but it was worth telling the story regardless. Doesn't matter win or lose, that family's the winner is for sure. And we're going to have the follow-up. I just talked to the mom, Mandy, yesterday. Follow-up story about detailing his heroic comeback on Sunday, News 4 Sports Sunday, and Maximum Sports on Sunday night.
Awesome. Can't wait. Can't wait for that. 3:07 to go. Here's Judson's face with a 3rd down and 10. Danson staying in bounds. Gain of about maybe half a yard. All right, time for our collision experts of Alamo Heights collision of the game. I think I know which of this is. Oh, right on. Caden Graham lowering the boom from the offensive perspective. Paying back the Johnson defense for that collision that stripped him of the football that Bodie fell on for a touchdown.
Yeah, and Jacob Mazzaco's had a really good game. We didn't catch the right end of that one, but he was in on a big play that forced a turnover earlier in the game too.
Going for a little pump and go. Not going to get there, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout in high school football. We'll take a break and wrap it up when we come back. Johnson over Judson, 45-7.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop.
All right, and here it is. Elijah Guajardo, number 2, with the big-time stick. Ball comes out, and the Jags recover. That is our school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension. Paid for by NHTSA. It's a mega furniture first down, as these Jaguars will just try to run it out. Good defensive play by Judson.
Sure was.
Big 94, I think.
Osher Derry.
He got his ankle rolled up on there while trying to make the tackle. They'll tend to him. It's also time, as we do always on Thursday Night Lights, running down our South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care play of the night. This was a good one here. The speed of Aaron Crawford Webb to the outside, finding his hole, the senior, taking it to the house. And that is our South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care play of the night.
Yeah, didn't have a lot of explosive plays in this game, but W. Johnson really didn't have to have many of them the way they've handled themselves on both sides of the ball here in this one. Really good in the trenches tonight.
2nd down and 12. Johnson will run the football. pick up a couple. Probably have a snap or two left in this one. Stick around for our post-game show. Matt Roy will hand off the hardware to TP Miller and the Johnson Jaguars, the winners of week 1 of TNL. And Chuck, you can't stop talking about it, so I'll let you talk about it. Week 2 of TNL.
Number 1 against number 2 in our TNL poll are going to meet next week right here on Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Brennan and the defending state champions from Smithson Valley.
Man,
well done helping to pick that schedule there, big fella.
I am ready to kick it off now. That is going to be a good one. I didn't know when I helped plan the schedule that they'd be ranked 1-2, but we knew this was going to be a good one. We knew that one's going to be a good one. We got Steele later in the year. We got South San. We got
South San twice, and they got some dudes.
John Jay late in the season. Here's the TNL top 10. Brennan number 1, Smithson Valley, followed by Steele, Harlan, and Piper. These Johnson Jaguars may move up after this impressive W. New Braunfels, Reagan, Sotomayor, who Clark is knocking off right now, and Brandeis at number 10. And that is our ball game. So the Johnson Jaguars, the winners tonight, set 45-7. When we come back, it's the post-game show. We'll hand out the hardware and talk to Coach TP Miller and the Jags when we come back.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rush Max, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, NHTSA, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
We're back for the Little Caesars post-game show here on Thursday Night Light. Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights presented by the Gomez Law Firm. I'd like to thank all the sponsors tonight who are in, a lot of first-timers. Glad to have you guys with us. So important to the community. TNL, our executive producer Dean Radley put this thing together 17 years ago. Who would have known what it's become and how these kids look forward to playing on television? The Johnson Jaguars celebrating. And Chuck, maybe that state championship talk that we kind of brushed off as, they're confident. It's early. Maybe they got something here.
Again, if you look at every position grouping, right? Quarterback, guys up front, receivers, running backs, D-line, linebackers, elite level DBs. The ingredients are there. You know, what does this look like against Austin and some other teams in the state? Well, hopefully we'll find out. But again, to TP Miller's point, we got to handle our own business here first, and let's see what we can do against this fantastic competition here in San Antonio first, and then see where it goes. This not being satisfied is pretty cool.
You know what's cool is this tradition. These kids have been watching Thursday Night Lights on television since they were in elementary school, and they hope one day they can win a game on Thursday Night Lights and be part of this trophy presentation. And, it's just part of the deal for us, but for these kids, this is a big thing. And we see it every time with the way they celebrate a regular season, one game trophy. They get such a kick out of it. So it's always been one of my favorite parts, and Matt does such a great job on it.
Yeah, indeed. They still getting settled down there? We got the pizza guy
Looks
down
like
there.
they got about 500 players slapping 5 with the student body, but let's maybe we'll start with Adam and just go on down to Matt Roy. Matt, you ready?
All right. Hi, guys.
Take it away, Matt.
They're all excited. They're filling in over here. So we have as we all fill in on the rest of the victorious Johnson Jaguars. Guys, 1-0 sounds pretty good. Am I right? All right, 1-0 for the Johnson Jaguars. We do have our Little Caesars player of the game, Mr. Rayshawn. I forgot his last name. Thank you. He hurt everyone else. 11 carries, 63 yards, 3 touchdowns for him, all in the first half, I believe, as well. So, Little Caesars player of the game. We got this nice trophy for you. Here we go. Lena hurting. So, you guys got a two-headed monster. I think a little bit of the story was you guys lost Bubba Johnson coming in, filling in great. What was the mindset coming into this game against Judson?
We all played really hard. We had a good week of practice, so with all the preparation we had, we knew if we came in and executed how we should, we would take over the win.
You guys are trying to do a lot of things that Johnson has never done before, mainly getting back-to-back district titles for the first time in Johnson history. What does the win like this propel you forward as you guys move through the season?
So we should have a pretty good confidence going into Piper. We have a really well-rounded offense, so we're very versatile, can do a lot of things, which will help us in the future.
Well, man, you run like that, you're going to get a lot of wins. Congratulations on the player of the game, Rayshawn Hurt. Coach, I'll get you up here. And hold on to that for me. All right, Coach, get you over here. Rayshawn, take a knee for me. All right, Coach T.P. Miller. Coach, the success that Johnson's had under your tutelage here has been pretty mind-boggling. You guys get 1-0 tonight. What does a win like this mean for your program?
It means that, just taking the next step in our program, start off fast. We just got to finish strong, and there's things that we got to work on. But overall, I'm really proud of the execution of the Johnson Jaguars tonight, and we're looking forward to next week.
Coach, last year was only the fourth 10-win season in Johnson history. You guys are going for 10 wins again. You guys are going for another district title. How does something like this help you guys move forward and build your confidence as you go into Piper and then eventually into district?
Right. We're just going to take one game at a time. We tell our athletes that, we learn from the past, but we don't forget. So we learn from the success that we had. But in order to move forward, we have to continue to rise to the Johnson Jaguars standard. Things that we need to fix on this side of the ball is our penalties. And so we got to clean that up. And then, so this week of practice is going to be talked about fundamentals. So in order to reach the goals that we want to reach, we got to clean up the things and take one game at a time and 1 week at a time.
40 victory, and you're still talking about better. That's just coaches for you. Coach, what's the ceiling for the Johnson Jaguars this year?
Our long-term goals, state championship. That's and we have everybody here, including our cheerleaders, our band, everybody here to support. It's going to take a community, and our theme of the year is Rise Up, and so we're going to rise up to the challenge. We're going to rise up to play in Jerry's World, but we start with short-term goals, and that's one game at a time, and short-term goals, district championship, and then playoffs, and playing Thanksgiving, and so that's where we're at. So I'm getting excited to talk. We got to dial back and really focus on 1 week at a time.
Coach, I got 3 things left. Guys, on 3, give me a 1-0 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Give me a pizza on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pizza. And we got a trophy for you guys, Little Caesars. Thursday Night Lights. Congratulations.
There it is. The Johnson Jaguars winners. We'll wrap it up when we come back.
Welcome to the Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
The Johnson Jaguars, the champs here tonight, 45-7 in week 1 of Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. Don't forget, next week it's 1 versus 2. It's Brennan against Larry Hill, Smithson Valley, Steve Baser, 2 of the best in the business. For Brian Watts, our director, and our producer extraordinaire, Chris Kotfus, and for Matt Roy down on the sidelines, our incredible statistician, Nick Funky Cole Medina, Chuck McIntyre, I'm Don Harris. We'll see you next week on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights.